Welcome back to our channel where we share updates and untold stories about Catherine, Princess of Wales, and her royal family. Today we bring you some news. William and Catherine implodes as Princess Anne announces Queen's secret wish against King Charles' demand. According to an insider source, Princess Anne's revelation of the Queen's secret wish causes Prince William, Princess Catherine to be stunned and also poses a challenge to King Charles and Camilla. This could change everything for the monarchy. Recent weeks have seen the emergence of insider claims regarding the health and personal preferences of King Charles III. The king, who is now having treatment for cancer, has been depicted publicly as being on the mend, according to insiders who have been reported by media outlets. However, sources assert that he is still showing signs of being very sick. According to a court source who did not want to be identified, authorities at Buckingham Palace know death is a possibility. In Touch Weekly received this statement. According to these allegations, newspapers have been fueled to believe that Charles has secretly made shocking choices affecting Queen Camilla and has even suggested how his legacy ought to be handled. Despite the fact that the palace emphasizes that the king continues to complete tasks when he can, none of these dramatic allegations have been validated nor acknowledged by the palace. While Charles is still alive, he cannot simply designate a successor in accordance with the Constitution. Experts say that only a formal abdication or an act of Parliament can change the line of succession. Instead, the legislation establishes a regency in the event that a king becomes incapable of ruling. According to the observations of academic analysts from University College London, in the event of a soft regency scenario, a significant portion of the king's schedule may be outsourced to Prince William, who would serve as a sort of de facto regent. Charles would still be responsible for essential duties like signing laws. The Regency Act of 1937 allows for the appointment of counselors of state, who are senior royals such as William and others who are above the age of 21, to act on behalf of the king in the event that he is unwell. In a nutshell, constitutional experts in London highlight that Charles will continue to have the title of king till he passes away or abdicates. Any private wish for a different successor is not legally binding. An alleged revelation made by Princess Anne, which has shocked her family. Amidst these circumstances, Princess Anne has emerged as the subject of shocking rumors. Several outlets report that at a recent private gathering, allegedly at Balmoral Castle, the Queen's only daughter told her siblings about what she claimed was Queen Elizabeth II's secret wish. According to these unverified reports, in her final hours, the late Queen allegedly confided to Anne that, if Charles cannot handle the monarchy, William should step up. The story goes that Princess Anne then conveyed this message at the family meeting, leaving even Prince William himself stunned by the suggestion. A story like that, if it were real, would be quite rare. Experts in monarchy advise that no sovereign can arbitrarily choose a successor beyond established norms. Although Edward VIII abdicated as King of the United Kingdom in 1936, the succession to the throne is otherwise determined by birthright. Charles is going to remain king if he doesn't step down from his position. The only way for William to take over the throne at this time would be via a formal regency, or, eventually, Charles's death. Any change in royal authority, with the exception of death or abdication, would need the participation of Parliament, according to the words of one legal scholar. According to reports, Princess Anne said that Elizabeth desired something that is not represented in any established legislation or public proclamation. It has been said that the family's response to the alleged discovery was one of astonishment and dismay because of the news. Palace spokesmen maintain their unwavering commitment to the king, according to royal advisors, who underscore that this drama is completely unfounded. However, the idea that the late Queen would have supported William over her son is quite controversial. Several individuals familiar with the royal family have said they have never heard a senior royal make such a statement. Charles and Camilla reportedly looked surprised during the stormy meeting they appeared to be attending. This episode demonstrates how volatile family loyalties may become if the king's health continues to be unknown. No transcripts or aides have officially corroborated these accusations. Whether it is regarded as a misunderstanding or a leaking desire, the incident highlights how the situation could become. The Queen's guidance and instruction for Catherine. The profound connection that the Queen has with Catherine, Princess of Wales, is one of the contextual clues that explains why this narrative developed such a firm root. Queen Elizabeth II took a personal interest in preparing Princess Catherine for life as a member of the royal family. According to the explanation provided by royal writer Katie Nicholl, the late Queen had a close relationship with the future Princess of Wales, serving as a guide for her in matters pertaining to responsibilities in palace life. It was during the precious, valuable moments that the Queen was able to impart wisdom, principles, and direction to Princess Catherine during her time spent at Balmoral during the summers. Nicholl emphasizes that Elizabeth ensured her granddaughter-in-law was well prepared for the position, as a result of the fact that friends and aides have said in private remarks that Princess Catherine has absorbed a significant amount of the Queen's austere professionalism and sense of duty. Onlookers are left wondering if Elizabeth actually envisioned Princess Catherine as a powerful future leader, even if she was just the consort. According to those who are privy to the situation, William and Princess Catherine function as a team that is comparable to that of the Queen and Prince Philip. Princess Catherine is often referred to as hugely influential behind the scenes. In an article published in the One Times and referenced by People, a source is quoted as stating that William and Princess Catherine approach it as a team. They're a good double act. Longtime fans of the royal family have noted that Princess Catherine mostly appears as a supportive figure to her husband. According to the biographer Penny Junor, she's never trying to outshine him. Princess Catherine is a bit like Prince Philip supporting the Queen. To put it another way, Princess Catherine has developed a role similar to Prince Philip's with Queen Elizabeth, characterized by active engagement and deference. It is possible that this dynamic, in addition to the Queen's personal involvement in Princess Catherine's preparedness, is the reason why so many people believe that Elizabeth would secretly trust Princess Catherine in any future transition, even if procedure would not permit Princess Catherine to inherit in her own right. This photograph was taken in 2014 of Princess Catherine, Princess of Wales. According to those who are knowledgeable about the royal family, Queen Elizabeth II took Princess Catherine under her wing and ensured that the future Princess of Wales was prepared via rigorous mentoring. Succession at the constitutional level and regency. It is not possible for the disclosure or rumor of the Queen's last desire to completely change the line of succession on its own, according to the law. According to the legislation that is now in place, Charles's oldest son, William, continues to be the heir apparent, and in the event that Charles were to pass away or abdicate, William would immediately become king. Primogeniture is guaranteed by the Succession to the Crown Act of 2013, which states that the succession cannot skip a generation from father to son without either death or abdication occurring. The Regency Act of 1937 outlines procedures in the event that Charles is unable to reign or chooses not to rule. To temporarily carry out the tasks of the king, it is possible to designate 2 or more counselors of state, who are senior royals who are older than 21 years old. As a matter of fact, Queen Elizabeth once assigned Prince Charles and Prince William to the position of counselors that would allow them to preside over the state opening of Parliament in the year 2022. Over the course of Elizabeth's reign, there has never been a need for a complete regency, which would mean that William or another regent would govern in place of the king. However, constitutional experts point out that a de facto regency may emerge. Charles would continue to grant royal assent legally to bills, but William could fulfill the majority of ceremonial and diplomatic obligations. The Constitution Unit at the University College London, UCL, has made the observation that in such a situation, William might take charge of Remembrance Day, greet diplomats, and even preside over the state opening of Parliament on behalf of the king. In practice, William may assume a significant portion of the everyday duties of the monarchy, while Charles retains his title. Notably, none of this necessitates the expression of a secret wish, as it is a part of the monarchy's norms. The experts in Parliament highlight that private instructions would never be able to establish William in command. Only explicit and official actions, such as abdication or regency statutes, would ever be able to set him in charge. Views from the general public and professionals regarding William and Catherine. The possibility of William and Princess Catherine playing a more significant role has been the subject of public discussion. For the most part, opinion surveys indicate that the Waleses have a significant amount of support. 70% of people in the United Kingdom had a positive opinion of Prince William and Princess Catherine, according to a study conducted by Ipsos in May 2024. This makes them the most popular royals by a significant margin. This high level of popular support highlights how the younger couple's style has resonated. They were formerly seen as being conservative and unapproachable, but they have now gained widespread admiration. Relatable leadership. Jenny Bond, a former royal journalist for the BBC, notes that Prince William's approach is small or relatable, which means that people see him as being more personable and down-to-earth than past successors. According to her statement to InStyle, the Queen would be proud of William's compassion and informality, which she considers to be one of his distinguishing characteristics. Insiders claim that William and Princess Catherine work closely together, demonstrating the importance of teamwork at the palace. A source reported to People that Princess Catherine is hugely influential behind the scenes, and that the pair approach it as a team. They're a good double act, which was then reported by The Times. In a similar vein, royal author Penny Junor lauds Princess Catherine's supporting posture, pointing out that she doesn't outshine William but still has a lot to say herself. Also credited by commentators as being responsible for modernizing the image of the monarchy is Princess Catherine, who is known as Kate. Princess Catherine is referred to as the power behind the throne by Nick Bullen, who is the co-founder of True Royalty TV. The British broadcaster Jonathan Sacerdoti has described the open updates Princess Catherine has been providing about her battle with cancer as transformative, saying they have strengthened her image as the future of the monarchy. It is his contention that her use of social media signifies the existence of a contemporary royal family, which stands in stark contrast to the more discreet communication style of earlier ages. When taken together, these perspectives form a picture of William and Princess Catherine as a generationally new team. They are well-liked by the general public and are lauded by industry professionals for their dynamic collaboration. The fact that they are seen to be stable, yet somewhat unusual, possible leaders is something that a lot of people in the United Kingdom find comforting in times of uncertainty. A comparison of the roles played by Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Catherine. Over the course of her 70-year reign, Queen Elizabeth II exemplified the qualities of continuity, dignity, and service. Elizabeth is renowned for maintaining the confidentiality of her private advice, allowing her commitment to speak for itself. Princess Catherine, on the other hand, is often more outwardly apparent and emotionally expressive. For instance, Sacerdoti argues that Princess Catherine's choice to publicly reveal an update on her cancer reinforced her image as the future of the monarchy and signified a massive shift in communication style. Princess Catherine made the decision to provide an update on her condition. Considering that Elizabeth was a private person who struggled with health concerns, such openness would have been unfathomable for her. There has been a generational change brought about by the attitude taken by the princess, which combines openness with tradition. However, analysts also highlight parallels between the two. Princess Catherine makes a deliberate effort to embody the Queen's steadfastness and sense of responsibility. According to some with knowledge of the situation, the late Queen took immense pleasure in Princess Catherine's ability to remain calm under pressure and in her commitment to family values. The academic Sarah Gristwood describes the marriage of the Waleses as modern in love, but old-fashioned in collaboration. She notes that Princess Catherine has mostly adopted the role of the devoted consort that Prince Philip has always played. Princess Catherine's increasing position stresses relatability and collaboration, which is a distinct style, but one that is founded on similar concepts of duty and service. In a nutshell, if Elizabeth's leadership was about consistency and the crown above all else, then Princess Catherine's rising role highlights these things. The Queen Consort's role and its limitations. It is essential to keep in mind that Princess Catherine, in her role as Queen Consort, will never be able to experience the same level of authority that Elizabeth experienced. Since a consort has no constitutional power according to the Constitution, her primary responsibility is to provide support to the king. It is not possible for Princess Catherine to sign laws, appoint prime ministers, or take unilateral action over things pertaining to the state. Although the queen consort is responsible for providing advice and assistance, legal experts point out that the only person who may carry out such responsibilities is the reigning king or a regent acting on his behalf. In accordance with this, royal biographers underline that Princess Catherine aims to operate silently behind William all along the process. In a manner that is reminiscent of how Prince Philip helped Elizabeth, author Sarah Gristwood states that Princess Catherine mostly appears as a supportive figure to her husband. Even although Elizabeth had hoped that Princess Catherine would be the one to lead the following generation, the legislation of the United Kingdom assures that the king is the one who makes all of the ultimate choices. According to the Royal Collection Trust, a royal consort has no constitutional power but supports their spouse in his or her duties as sovereign. This statement highlights the fact that Princess Catherine's official authority will be restricted. From the point of view of Queen Camilla, Queen Camilla finds herself in a precarious position as these speculations continue to swirl about her. From a theoretical standpoint, Camilla, who is the queen consort and the wife of King Charles, has the potential to share the throne with Charles for the duration of his reign. Camilla seems worried about rumors that Charles wants William to lead instead, even though no official statement has been made. The fact that Camilla is concentrating her public attention on Charles's health and well-being is more unmistakable. Rebecca English, a journalist for the royal family, has reported that associates of the king and queen consort are expressing conflicts of opinion when they are under pressure. The Daily Mail was informed by a trusted source that Charles and Camilla strongly disagree on several subjects, including the quantity of work that Charles is expected to do in light of his treatment. Camilla has urged Charles to take a break and is worried about his lack of rest during rehab. It would seem from these sources that Camilla is focusing her efforts on providing care for the king rather than engaging in palace intrigue activities. Her objective, she has stated for a long time, is to provide support for Charles and not to seek attention. However, watchers of the court have pointed out that Camilla's position as consort would be seen as diminished if she learned, even from a secondhand source, that influential individuals wanted William to be in charge. On the other hand, she continues to be at Charles's side from an official standpoint. According to a source who spoke to the Mail about the connection between Charles and Camilla, probably, especially at the moment considering the king's health, she obviously worries about him and his cancer treatment. This highlights the fact that Camilla's primary worry at the moment is the sickness of her husband, rather than any claimed efforts to establish a succession regime. Impact on the dynamics of the royal family. Not only does the event contribute to the continuing changes in the royal household, but it also makes headlines. Additionally, Prince William has already started to take on more conspicuous responsibilities in the event that Charles's sickness persists. From this day on, William continues to fill in for his father at many events, and his courtiers have said that he is ready to take on extra tasks whenever they are required. At the same time, Princess Catherine's fame has been rising as a result of her open and honest public presence. It has been observed by specialists that Princess Catherine's emotional updates on her disease have strengthened her connection with the public and established a new standard for the monarchy. It seems that the Waleses have earned the confidence of the people, both in terms of polls and pageantry. Up to this point, it seems that these transitions are smoothing over any speculation. An individual who conducts surveys said that the overall image of the royal family remains strong, and the Princess and Prince of Wales are the most popular personalities within the family. The marriage as teamwork concept that they use has garnered broad acceptance, although it is unorthodox for royalty. The vast majority of Britons seem unfazed by the speculations of change, concentrating instead on the couple's obvious commitment to one another. In conclusion, it is possible that the Queen's alleged last desire will never be verified as being true. Undoubtedly, this has brought the royal household to the forefront of attention. Although constitutional provisions prevent William from immediately replacing Charles, the royal family will nevertheless need to negotiate any leadership concerns with caution. From this point forward, The rising responsibilities and popularity of William and Princess Catherine indicate that the monarchy may be able to survive a transition under their leadership. According to the observation of one analyst, the true conclusion that should be watched is not a hidden desire, but rather whether or not the Waleses are able to keep the trust of the people during difficult times. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know your thoughts, and goodbye for now.